During the reintroduction of school during this pandemic, I realized that we were only going to have around 17 physical times with each student. So I wanted to make sure that those times were used to the best of our ability in this amazing kitchen that we have. I wanted to put the food and the equipment into the hands of the student. So I switched my classroom teaching. Instead of doing the lectures in the classroom, I simply put all the lectures, all the PowerPoints, all the assignments on Canvas. Then when they came into the kitchen, all we did was concentrate on the hands-on kinesthetic learning. So when we do that, I'm using every bit of time that I have to teach them relevant knowledge in what they can use for a culinary career. So when we did the lava cakes, it was actually a twofold lesson. It was a lesson for them to learn how to use the equipment, such as a double boiler, a oven, how to measure, how to weigh, and make a product at the same time. So every time they make something, they're learning something additional that is relevant to a commercial food service operation.
So when we get the gloves to put them on, they are sized. There is small, medium, large, and extra large. A couple of things about gloves. One, we never blow it to them before we put them on, and we always wash our hands before we put them on. When you put them on, make sure you're getting the right size so that they are not too big on your hands. When you put them on, and come by the rim, off, and when you take them off, you grab one by the rim, turn it inside out, ball it up, take the other, turn it inside out, and you hold it like this to throw it away. Everyone got that? Go find the right size gloves that you need. The one thing I do need to talk to you about is how to read a recipe. So, when you get a recipe, you need to read it from top to bottom, all the way. Don't just start at the top and start gathering instructions. Read the whole thing. And then read it again and make any notes you need to make. So, recipes are tricky. Recipes are tricky because they're not all written the same way. We use something called standardized recipes in a culinary kitchen. And in your lessons this week, you're going to learn what a standardized recipe is. So I'm not going to worry about telling you now. But generally, they have the ingredients and the directions and a yield. The yield is how much it makes. So the reason why you have to read through it is because sometimes recipes don't put things in the ingredients, and all of a sudden you say, I need salt, and I don't know how much salt I need. What kind of salt? Or where does this go? Or what does that do? So you always read through it first, and then reread it and make your notes. So sometimes we have to preheat an oven. Sometimes we have to get a burner ready, different things like that. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go through this lava cake recipe together, and I'm going to show you different pieces of equipment that we're going to use to make the lava cakes, and then I'm going to give you other recipes to do on your own. Okay? Yes, Chef? Okay. So this lava cake recipe says that it takes a total of 20 minutes. It serves 4. That I need baking spray, a stick of butter, bittersweet chocolate, semi-sweet chocolate, powdered sugar, that I need whole eggs and egg yolks, that I need vanilla and AP flour. What's AP flour? All-purpose. All-purpose flour. AP flour. Then it says to preheat the oven, to spray the ramekins. In a double boiler, I need to put these ingredients together. I need to stir in the sugar, whisk the eggs and vanilla, stir in the flour, do not overmix. Divide evenly in the ramekins, bake, and oven it. So, does anyone see anything that doesn't look straightforward? Okay, so let's talk about how we actually weigh things. So we don't buy our butter. Sometimes we get butter not in sticks. there's 4 sticks to a pound. How many ounces is each stick? 16 divided by 4 is how much?
4 ounces.
4 ounces. So I need 4 ounces of butter. So I have to weigh that. So I have two ways of weighing it. I have a digital scale and I have an analog scale. Analog means anything with a dial on it. So I need to weigh this, but I'm going to just stick my butter on here and use a bowl. So when I put the bowl on here, there's a weight to that bowl. I don't want to have to calculate in my brain how much this bowl weighs and subtract it. So I'm going to just move that to 0. The same thing with my digital scale. When I turn it on, when I put the bowl on it, there's a weight. Can you see that turn? Okay. So the way I get rid of that weight is there's a tool that called tear, T-A-R-E, and it's a 0 out. So I'm going to tear it out. So I just hit that and it goes to 0. Now I can weigh my 4 ounces of butter. Put my butter over here. About 4.1, take a little bit off here. That's good. That's good right there. 4 ounces. I can also go over here on the analog and see that it's 4 ounces. So we're going to use this table to gather all of these ingredients. What happens what is it called when we gather all these ingredients? What do you call it? We did it when we did the tie card. What do you call it? Mise en place. Mise en place. We're mise en placing our ingredients. We're mise en place. Brings everything together. So we're bringing all of them together. So now I need to do how much of bittersweet chocolate and how much of semi-sweet? Yes, everybody. 2? Okay. So one of you come over and weigh the bittersweet, and one of you come over and weigh the semi-sweet. So what's my next ingredient? How much? Powdered sugar. Okay, so come on over here and I'll show you how to measure powdered sugar. Powdered sugar is generally measured always sifted because it gets these little clumps. See, like this? And that's not good. So what I did was I just sifted it. And I'm going to spoon it into my cup. Now these are liquid measuring cups and these are dry measuring cups. There's a difference and there's a reason. Anything that can level itself goes in the liquid measuring cup. Juice, milk, water, wine. Those things go in the liquid measuring cup. Things like peanut butter, mayonnaise, even though they're wet, it doesn't mean that they can level themselves. So they go in a dry measuring cup. So for this, how much do we need? Okay. Can you give me one of those bowls over there, like one of those metal bowls? That's good right there. So I'm going to take it, I'm going to spoon it into my cup. Okay, and then I'm going to take and level it off. All right? That's 1. How much? 1/4. 1/4. Now we do the same thing with the flour. The flour we always spoon in the flour because again it's going to compact and it's going to weigh too much. So how much flour do you need? Half a cup. So I say, why don't you come measure the flour for me? That's a whole egg. Okay. How many do I need?
2 whole.
And just let those whites go straight in my fingers. That's 1 yolk. Go scoop it out, scoop it out. Go open out. Open your fingers. Here we go. That's 2 yolks. So we need to do what with these? Throw them away. We do not wash our gloves. Right. So let's see if you can remember how to take gloves. You're okay. You're okay. Ball it up in your hand. Don't know with your hand you're holding it. Yeah, there you go. And then take it off. Ball it up. There you go. Now we have egg on our table. What are we going to do about the egg on our table? What do we wash with? The red and green buckets, remember? Which goes first? The green, and then the red. So we need we need 1 small t. What does small t mean? Lowercase t. Teaspoon. Not a tablespoon, teaspoon. Where's the vanilla? Okay. Jackson, I'm going to let you pour that. Let's get a mise en place cup. And you can put it right in there. So you'll just put it in there. So before we start mixing up, my recipe says to preheat the oven at 425. I have 3 ovens over here. Which one am I going to use? Let's talk about those 3 ovens. Then I have this oven down here called a convection with a C. 2 C's in convection convention. This has a fan in the back and it circulates the air throughout the whole oven. Which one do you think is going to cook faster? This one. The more it's moving the air faster through it. So I will decrease my time in which I cook on this one, and I'll also decrease the temperature because it's going to get a little hotter. This oven is called a combi oven, or combination oven. It's going to do a convection and a steamer. So it can work as a steamer, or it can work as a regular oven. So this has water that's piped into it from the back, and it will be actually able to steam food if we want to steam it. Today we're going to use it as a convection oven. We're going to bake in it. So I'm going to turn on that side. Oh, it's got to initiate. There we go. I'm going to turn it on, and understand that we need to preheat it. So that means that I can't go make things and then come over and turn on the oven. We need to actually heat the oven before we ever start actually mixing things together. So it runs hotter, so I'm going to turn it down 25 degrees. It's supposed to be 425. Got it at 400. I'm going to turn up the time a little bit, and it's not on. It's only on when you press this green triangle right here. Once you can press the triangle. This green one. There we go. Hear that? Hear that fan kick in? Now it's on and it's preheating. This is very hot. So always use your side towel to hold it. And I know everyone can got a side towel when you walk in the door, right? Okay, Jackson. Can I have a whisk? You want to keep the food in the bottom of the bowl. Don't want it to rub on the sides. So see how I'm just gently stirring it? That's what you want to do. Once that's melted, what is the next step he's supposed to do?
Let's get eggs and milk, and then add some milk.
Eggs and milk?
Yolk.
Yolk. So these are the eggs and yolk. This is vanilla. There we go. See how quickly it melts? Now it will burn, so we want to make sure that it's not getting too hot. So it's done its job. I'm going to turn it off. Now, what do we put in next?
Eggs and milk.
So I never like to put eggs in like this. What do you think I'm going to do? Beat them up and then pour the eggs in. And put the vanilla in. Nope, you just hold it right there. Okay? Anytime you're ready, come on. It's going to burn. Okay, let's go for it. Get those eggs in. Whisk it in. Stir those sides. Now we're gonna get to the flour. Don't overmix it. Over mixing is like you're not really putting air into it, you're not putting a lot of bubbles, but you do not want to see any white or dry ingredients. So we do want it mixed, so no lumps. We're good. We're doing great. Good job. Keep it going, keep it going. All right, now it's time to fill the bowls. The ram pins. So, here we go. Okay, good. Just move this aside. Now, why is it important to fill them evenly?
So we get so that we
Evenly cooked, every customer, every guest gets the same portion. So I can do that two ways. I can either eyeball it, pour it in, or I can take a ladle and put a ladle full. Okay, so this slides right in on top of that railing. Right on top of it. Off center it. Off center it a little bit. Okay.